Are we starting?
You can clap. Speaking of the clap, today we're talking about dicks and what they can and cannot do.
Are we gonna introduce first?
Nah, let's just, no, I'm kidding. I'm Kay Cola.
I'm Marcel.
I'm Austin.
I'm Drew.
Drew's back for the second episode. Hey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Drew's
We had to have her
hanging
back.
around.
She's beautiful. And
Gorge.
have you ever faked an orgasm?
Oh, multiple times.
Oh, bitch.
I ain't no idol, I'm a lighthouse, I set everybody free.
So much. Because it's like, I feel like if I don't, unless I'm gonna actually come, if I have to fake it because then he'll feel bad. And I know most people are like, no, he needs to learn what to do to make you come. But like sometimes it's just like, baby, you're not gonna do it.
Or
It's
like,
gonna happen.
oh, I don't know. There's so many layers to all this. So like,
I know, right?
let's hear from you both
So many
first.
girls actually have never had an orgasm. I talked to a lot of my friends, and a lot of girls haven't had orgasm from sex or head. Some have never had orgasms ever in their life. Some have only had it from vibrators or clitoral stimulation with the hand. I personally am not into vibrators or dildos. I want the real thing, or I just use my hand. But yeah, it's shocking to me how many women have not had the pleasure of an orgasm. Like,
Yeah, it sounds.
Yeah.
It's
terrible.
one of life. I'm blaming people because this is the thing.
I blame porn.
porn? Okay, we can talk about that.
That too. We gotta get to that because yes, there are a lot of women who just like physically can't, like they just have a hard time doing it. But for me, I know I can because I've gotten to that point multiple times.
Yeah.
But it's like he's just not doing something right. And this is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
The partner is just being selfish. You know what I mean? Not
Selfish,
trying.
lack of knowledge.
Just-
I think guys have been. It's partly our fault because
we let them.
I think the
get
faking
away with
is
it.
part of the fault.
It is.
It
I'll
is.
admit that.
Like they've been out here
Totally
smashing,
is.
like, yeah, I was
And they
killing it,
think
I'm
it's-
big killing all these bitches,
Right.
yeah. And then it's like, oh, they were all faking.
Oh,
Talk
that's
about your
literally,
dick. Like,
I guarantee you that's about 70% of the women that they've slept with that they think they put it down with.
They did.
It's because she faked it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like most guys are not putting it down.
Because
I promise you.
Because isn't it like if you know like a woman was really coming, would she be splashing everywhere?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
No.
Oh, okay.
You can come, like the juices can come out and
Yeah.
you didn't have your orgasm.
That happens all the time. Like girls squirt and they haven't even gotten there yet.
Yeah. Which I think that's why they get confused, right? They think
Yeah.
it's all wet and they're doing something.
It's not.
Yeah. You could have a girl who's just naturally wet.
Very true.
Exactly.
You could have a girl who is
Not clean and just
I-
discharged.
no, that's not what that means.
That's
Discharge is very natural, guys. Now,
Very
if
natural.
it's discolored or smells
okay.
a certain
Call
way,
somebody.
then that could be an issue. But that's also typically because she was fucking somebody that was fucking somebody else and it fucked off her pH, which we're gonna do
Okay.
a YouTube about that.
I just learned something.
Yeah, I mean, girls are funky vagina is just not like, oh, girl, you just have a funky vagina. Like she was fucking somebody who was fucking other bitches and threw her pH off. But no, let's get back to the orgasming thing because like I really want to get down to it so we can fix it because more
Okay.
people should be enjoying sex.
Very true.
Right?
We need to fix. I think
We need to fix it.
I need to stop faking it because it's not fair to the girl who has to sleep with the dude after me, if there is one after me, you know what I mean? Because it's like he's thinking that whatever he's doing is fine, and
Yeah.
every woman is different, you know?
Every woman's different,
things
that's
are
true.
Exactly, are gonna work for different women. Mine just comes from me feeling bad and like needing to like fluff his ego, which is not good. I shouldn't
not
do it.
good.
It's
the
not good.
patriarchy's at work, you know?
It's not good.
Yeah.
And then I also just like putting on a show.
Yes.
Wow.
I do. I like putting on a
Okay.
show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold up. Are you all right? That's really funny when you put it like that. So like,
I love
you
that.
really are like, I'm an actress. Like,
Yes,
what's the
an
best
actress.
show I can give?
Women are
Ooh.
great
Yeah.
actresses.
So I have
But
a
then,
question
like-
for that.
Yeah, that's like.
But it makes us
It empowers us.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
like almost more enjoyable for me
to
when
see
I'm like
them,
yeah.
Okay, so
getting off on
my-
us, fake getting off.
Okay.
My question is when do you differentiate if you're gonna do the big or just the like, you know what I mean? Like the variations of your orgasm.
You judge in the moment.
Okay.
Like you can't just be screaming out of nowhere for no reason. He's gonna know.
You're like,
you
this is
know?
gonna be Oscar worthy, or I'm gonna just like
Right.
take care of it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you orgasm, are you loud?
I'm
or is
very
it
loud.
you're loud? Okay, because
Yeah.
I'm very quiet.
I'm loud.
I'm actually super focused because like I have to be focused for it to happen.
Okay.
Like I know how to make myself orgasm. So like with sex, like I know how
Right.
to like And if I get distracted, then it doesn't happen. And then when I orgasm, like I want to be done with the sex. Same.
Okay. Look.
So that's kind of how you
I
can
get that.
tell if a girl really has, because if she wants to keep
like,
going,
get
she
off.
probably didn't.
She probably didn't, 1000%. Because
Yeah.
like you get,
It feels weird after you like have the big orgasm.
Right,
Yep.
It
right.
feels too sensitive. It's weird.
you're tired.
You're tired. You're over it.
You're
like,
over
you
it.
came.
Your body is done.
Okay, so being gay. If I come first, you got a good 30 seconds. Get out of me.
Yeah.
Literally. If
Get out.
not, sorry, can't do it. I came, I'm good. So this is why in sex I would prefer my partner to come first and then me come after.
But how do you know they don't feel the same way?
Because they mostly always come. So
Yeah, but how do you know that they don't want to stop too? How do you know it's not so sensitive for them that they're like, I don't want to keep going?
that's a good point. I don't know,
Yeah.
because I never really ran into that. Because I've always been like, because remember I told you how I even started demanding that I make sure that I come every time. It's from my homegirl who was like, when we were having a conversation, and she was like, we were talking about this. I was like, you come every time? She's like, yeah, bitch, I come every time. And I was like, okay. She was like, why aren't you? And I was like,
What is her regimen?
you're right. Why am I
What is
not
her
coming?
regimen?
And then we were talking about she must have an overactive
Clitoris.
which makes it more vile for her to be
Or
able to
she
come.
knows how to move her hips in a position to where she's making sure that, because most guys don't know how to even find the clit. They think it's somewhere that it's not.
They don't know.
They're so rough when the vagina is very gentle and delicate, and
Going
they're
the wrong way.
Yeah, like doing all this
Yeah.
crazy shit. It's like, if you want to be an expert at that shit, you need to study it.
Study it. Just like a
Study,
book.
yes,
Any
study
subject.
where everything is.
Oh, wow.
Take
Study
notes.
how rough you should be, how soft you should be, what fingers to use. Like most guys are like, rah, like,
It's too
it's
much.
fucking.
Will bite you.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's too much. It's
That
too
shit
much.
don't feel good.
No.
Like,
So my like first girlfriend after I was married, basically like, all right, I don't want to get into my
Get into it,
Well, no,
honestly.
not like my marriage. I'm not gonna talk about all that much, but like basically, I just never,
Right.
ate pussy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I didn't.
Not by my
even-
choice. Not by my choice.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay.
So like I was like 27. Like, hey, let me figure this whole eating pussy thing out. So then like
You say eat pussy like a nigga.
Right?
You don't say eat pussy like a white dude.
I was like,
You
on
say
that.
eat pussy like a nigga.
Okay, well, either way, but my ex, she literally just was like, all right, do this, do that, do that.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, great. this
So
is
you
cool.
learned.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a discussion. So that's when you talk about.
But he's a Virgo. Virgos like to learn. Some men don't.
But I'm also a
wanna-
pleaser, so like I love
Yes.
doing that.
Oh,
so I
we
was,
Not
know,
every
we
man is a
know.
pleaser.
We know you
No.
Virgos are freaky pleasers.
Yeah, you gotta get.
That's a good thing. That's a good
right,
thing.
but like so all that to say, like, yeah, it was really simple for me. I was just like, oh, I just learned. Like
Some dudes' egos are too big. They don't want you to tell them what to do. They like them want to think that they already know what to do.
Yeah,
and
that shit is not cute.
it's not.
I
It's
used to
not.
be like that where I'm like, oh, let me stroke his. Now I'm like, fuck that shit. I need to get mine.
I need to
like,
get
I'm
to
not
that
about to
place.
fucking stroke.
I need to get to that
I
place.
don't stroke anyone's ego.
No, fuck that. Like,
I don't stroke anyone's
For what?
ego.
I need
I'm
to-
not
so,
literally not.
but how
getting
much?
anything
All
out of
right,
it.
so how much of when you were with someone is it like just oh they're not very good, or then are there times where it's like oh I need more of an emotional connection? Like maybe you aren't that bad, but then I'm just not connected
No.
emotionally, or like
No.
does that ever come into play or no?
For me, it's chemistry and passion.
Okay.
Yeah, like if when they touch you, you get chills like immediately, then I know it's about to be some shit.
Oh,
You
they want
know,
it.
like
Oh, okay.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you know, and you know, you can tell how somebody starts touching you and caressing you and not quick. It's not quick. Like they're taking their time and they're very like every fucking crack and crevice in you. Like you can tell
Right,
a
okay.
good lover. Like
Right.
this person is a lover. Some people just fuck and you're little fuckers.
Right.
And some people
Little
are straight
fuckers.
lovers.
I call
and
mine
they study-
selfish tops.
Oh, that's what it is?
Selfish tops that only care about their pleasure and nothing
Yeah.
else, which is ridiculous because isn't the whole purpose of sex about the other person's pleasure versus yours?
It's
And
like,
your
it should be a
job-
Say it for the
mutual
people in the back.
reciprocal.
Listen.
It should be a
should
circular
be.
reciprocal thing where you're getting off on their pleasure and
Right.
you're also being pleased by them because they're getting off.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys who don't care.
No.
Just selfish with it.
Yeah.
But to your point, I will say that half of it for me, like if you're doing what you need to do physically, it's gonna happen regardless. But I think a big part of it is that I'm like in my head, if I'm not into the person, like I need to be like really into you, because I can't like fuck multiple people. I wish I could, because I get emotionally attached to that one person. So like that plays into it also. If I'm just like not into you.
But then at that point, then it's just on them to figure out like the right way to do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I feel like if it's at that point, then you should be able to. I mean, you're letting this person in your body, so you should be able to tell them
what to do.
Yeah. But again, as women, we are such like giver pleasers. We're like, we're gonna sacrifice our fucking pleasure in this whole thing to like.
So what are like the worst things guys do?
In terms of
just being
so
shitty
much.
at like what do they
too hard, too fast,
too fast,
switching it up too much,
not reciprocating.
They could be
like new position.
They could have a stroke and it's like doing it, and you could get right there, and then they switch it up, and you're like, fuck, I was almost there. Like, why did you move?
Is that when you're start being vocal? Like, no, stop, go back. Because I
go
back. Niggas, go
straight
back.
up just tell.
Like,
But mainly in my experience, it's just like they just don't reciprocate, or they're just selfish and just want to like.
I've never.
They just want to get it done and they're good.
Like, I do not like if it's not an even oral transaction. There's no oral going down, in my opinion, because I think that's selfish that you expect someone to go down orally on you and you're not willing to reciprocate on the other person.
What if your person doesn't like head though?
Okay, so that's different.
Well, that's different because between a
different.
penis and a vagina though, because. The guys love head,
right?
But like
no,
for me, I haven't always liked head because most guys don't know how to give head. So
I don't like it. Is that weird?
I know friends that don't like
it. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Wait, but no one's ever done it well?
I guess not, because I personally, I'm like, it's like
what is it about it?
Uncomfortable. They're doing like too
much.
They're not looking at the clit. They're looking other parts of it.
Too fast. And like that's what I mean by not reciprocating. Like they'll go down on me, but they'll be doing it for like what
they think
is
right,
and what's gonna help them.
Yes.
As opposed to like paying attention to what I'm actually enjoying.
Yes.
Okay, so I think this is why we need to stop this with these faking of the orgasms. Because remember when I had the issue when I slipped up and had sex with a youngin'? And I was like basically teaching him how to do everything. Yeah. And then the nigga was obsessed and wouldn't stop. And I was like, okay, I can't do this.
Right.
But you do need those people who are willing to teach you, like how you learn to say it.
Oh, eat pussy.
No, say it like you said it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right, so I do not eat pussy, right?
Thank you. So how you learn to eat pussy, okay? How that happened? She taught you, so makes you end up being able to really enjoy it and be able to give your skill set to someone else.
Yeah.
So we need to stop this faking of anything.
I think sometimes we fake it too because we want it to be over with.
Oh,
that's the thing, because literally I've had dudes like bite my clit, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fake this because I don't want this to happen anymore.
That did it. And now the dude, every girl he's like,
it's too much.
That's true. So then he's gonna go to the next girl and bite her.
He's like, oh, y'all, look at this trick. If I bite the fuck out of that clit.
That's why we have to stop this. So it's like, what are some steps that we can take? Because I've always been like, I'm very vocal.
Talk to your person. Talk to your person. Communicate. I think men need to be more. Because women may not feel comfortable. I think.
I was gonna say, from the man's perspective, we need to stop being prideful and think like. Also, just because you got a big dick doesn't mean anything.
Very true.
I just talked to this girl the other day, and she was like, "This girl was like, yeah, my ex-boyfriend, he had like mandingo dick, like huge," and she was like, that shit hurt.
It hurt.
He had no stroke. He didn't know how to move.
Shit.
You know,
She
like
probably fucked up her whole uterus.
Yeah,
like rearranged.
So like, guys, we're really this is the other thing I always tell guys too, like. Yo, you could really fuck someone so good, and guess what? So can someone else. Like, you're not that special.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? It's true.
It's true.
Like, that's why, like, relationships, I'm always like, yeah, sex is obviously really important, but, like, you gotta care about that person. Because, like, I could go get good sex from anybody. Like, but that doesn't mean I want to be with them.
The foreplay. I think people skip out on foreplay, and they think foreplay is only finger banging, eating pussy, sucking dick. Like foreplay is mental as well.
Very true.
You can mentally stimulate somebody. Don't stab. You can massage. You can caress. You can kiss on the neck. There's so many other things that you could do.
Conversate.
have a conversation, ask me about somebody's
Lights
day. I'll say this. I can come from nipple play alone.
Wow.
Alone. Easily.
Okay,
Wow.
so
So it's like
they're
other
nice,
things-
so I see. Makes sense.
There's other things you can do. Foreplay is
Rubbing the
very
hair,
important.
I like my head.
Really?
Head massages.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, so you've been in a massage before and you...
What?
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
When I used to get my hair shampooed, I used to be like, oh wait, stop, because it was about to go down.
Wrong place.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
So this is very funny. So like, you faking, obviously, are you mimicking your real orgasm? And does it take you back to the time you had your real orgasm? Or you're just being like, ah!
No, not for me at least.
I've made like the noise. Like I said, I'm quieter actually when I'm orgasming because it's so intense that I'm like, and then like I don't even do
Gotta
that
focus.
whole loud fake shit anymore that I used to think like you get it from porn.
Yeah.
And I used to do that whole like, oh my god, I'm gonna be as loud as I fucking can because I'm gonna make him think that the loudest I am means he's really killing it. No.
But I do understand that with quiet. I don't understand people who have quiet sex, like really, really quiet sex. Where,
Right.
Like,
I can't do
it's
it.
just because it makes you feel insecure. Like, is it not good? Are you bored?
But that's not my problem.
I'm just extra.
Yeah.
That's what mine is. I'm just a really extra person,
Yeah.
and it turns me on when I see their reaction
Yeah.
to me being extra, so it just makes it more fun for me.
Exactly.
Did I ever tell you about the story of the girl that I met? Oh my god, this
Now
shit
you are.
was the funniest shit ever. Alright, so this girl, first of all, she was on Tinder, we matched on Tinder, and in her bio it was like, no hookups, no
Oh, God.
hookups. Ask for my phone number, FaceTimes me naked.
What?
I'm like, I didn't ask for any of this.
She was ready.
I'm like, so I'm confused already.
ready.
Anyways, she's like, alright, well, she's like, can I come over tomorrow? I was like, yeah, fine.
Damn.
Right? She
came
hears all
over.
this.
Oh my god.
She came over, she literally like took off her clothes, and I was
Instantly?
like, no, I'm talking about like we talk,
Oh,
whatever,
okay.
and then like we go in to do whatever. She takes off her clothes. I'm in the bathroom like 15 feet away from her, and she just starts moaning so loud, like like all
Like,
this.
is there another
what?
dude in there?
I was like, no one's. She wasn't even touching herself, and I was just like, what?
What was she doing?
I don't know. I was shook to the core, and I
Wait,
still fucked, so I'm trash. But like,
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
but I literally,
did?
yeah. But it was like, but honestly, no. All right, look, no. Listen, all right, that's kind of like my
Wait, you
version.
still had sex with her?
Yo, listen. Hold on, this is right after I
Not
was
judging,
like
sorry.
in my new single life. I
Uh-huh.
was just figuring shit out. But honestly though, it was like how you said, like I felt bad because literally I wanted to be like, can you just leave?
No, don't relate me to this. This is a different situation.
No, listen, no. Imagine you come over and you want to fuck and you're naked, and I go, can you maybe just get your clothes back on and leave?
So you gave her a sympathy fuck?
What would you rather me do?
Get the fuck out of my house.
I would have just stayed in the bathroom.
Were you were, it was at your
It was at
place
my
earlier?
place.
I would have.
What am I supposed to do? Kick her out?
Well, when you came out, what did you ask? Why was she
Yeah.
making noise?
I literally had to put my head behind the bathroom door because I started laughing. I was like, what is happening?
Wait, okay.
She was
confused.
screaming.
Weird.
Question.
It was weird as fuck.
So, what the fuck was going through your mind when you were actually going through with the deed? Like,
I was
Was
honestly.
she that loud? Was she making that noise when you were doing it?
Yeah, kind of. Not as much. I was honestly just like, okay, I feel bad, but I'm gonna just do this and just be done. And then
Ooh,
we're not
awkward.
talking again. Yeah, it was hell awkward.
Ooh.
But anyways, all that to say, that was weird as fuck to watch someone fake that without even like me touching them.
Yeah, she did.
So I was like, what the fuck is this? But anyways.
That's not how you're supposed to do it.
that's fucking hilarious.
It was.
So I think
was
communication is
Communication is
Communication is key.
Yeah.
And this is why part of the reason why I think like random hookups and stuff is just not the way to go, because
Yeah.
the more you learn someone, the better
Very
the sex
true.
is gonna
Yeah.
be.
And it can lead to a lot of like weird, awkward situations. Like
Yeah.
that's extreme, but I mean like even just in general, it's just
Yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah.
But there are some hookups where in my past life where the connection was so strong, the sex was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there are exceptions to every rule. However, we really need to stop this because I think like we brushed on it with the porn. I think that a lot of us grew up watching porn thinking like, oh my god, this is what you're supposed to do. You're
right.
supposed to act like this. It's supposed to be like this. Because isn't technically when a woman has a full orgasm, it's a body sensation, like a more of a body thing than just a vocal.
Yeah. The vocal thing is like a cause and effect of your body feeling some type of way.
I wonder if we never heard that in porn though. Would we really do it?
Yeah.
I think I would, because when I masturbate, just
for me, it's more of a
say,
breath thing.
I don't know. I feel
it's
like
more like a.
I always
Not like a all of that. Like, why do we do that?
When I do all that, it's not when I'm coming. It's like when things are happening.
Yeah.
But why? Do you think you need?
because she said she likes to act.
I enjoy it.
I make a noise right when I climax, like literally.
Yeah. It's not like a scream though.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the
I say like
porns,
yeehaw.
One of my
you
exes,
say yeehaw.
one of my exes, he used to like
Look at you, make sure you
scream.
like, oh.
One of my exes used to scream. So when he would come, he would go. Rah!
See, I can't.
And it was crazy, but it was kind of low key a turn on. It was kind of low key a turn on. So for me,
It's a turn on.
no, so I'm gonna say this. So,
And see, I would not be able to continue having sex with that person
No.
because I think every time this is about to happen, it's turning me the fuck off.
no, okay, I look at it like
But
this.
if he likes it,
I look at it like this.
You like it?
Let me explain why.
Okay,
So the reason why I liked it is because I was like, wow, I have no much power to make this man literally yell like this, and this is not his character. Like, he's a very quiet person.
Yeah.
And literally right before climax, it's like, that type of situation. So that's what I was getting from
How
it.
that would be like empowering.
Yeah. So that's what I took from it.
I have a friend who her boyfriend / baby daddy has something happened to his dick like a long time ago, where it like pulled a nerve. Something happened.
what? Oh god.
So now every time he comes, he has like a seizure. Like I'm so serious. Like
Not you laughing.
but no, it's not. I mean, but it's so wild. It's so wild. Not like a full-on seizure, but he's like it's because it's painful for him.
Oh my god.
So she said that it's like riding a mechanical bull, and she just has to hold on because he has also this thing that she can't like come off of it. He likes it, but it's like this painful. He can't control it. You know, it's funny as hell. It is.
Bro,
what it
that's
is.
hilarious to me.
But it's just like you have to. She's like, I have to hold on. I can't come off because if I come off, it'll hurt him. Like it has to be like
You
a
gotta
slow.
keep him safe, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
I was like,
ride it
bro.
out.
Yeah,
She told me that.
because that's some men's penises after they come, they're either really, really sensitive,
Yeah.
and like they can't take the sensation because
Yeah.
they already climaxed.
Yeah.
But that's how I am when I come. I can't take you, like, keep going.
Yeah.
So, like, that. Like, I feel like that. And that's with the big one. With the little ones, I feel like you can keep going. But with the big ones. But, I think women need to play with themselves more, learn their body in the positions that make us feel good.
Yeah.
Learn what we need so that we can teach. Because if we don't know what we need, we can't teach it.
And you're hopeless.
I've met women where like they haven't ever come in their life.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I talk about it, I know,
That is really sad.
honestly, when I talk about it, it's like they're just like, well, I didn't really know what to do. Or I felt ashamed, or like.
That's ashamed is one of the things I think that happens in society. I mean, even in Africa, they cut off the clit of the little girls. It's called mutilation. Female mutilation, and it's like, why?
And they get them at like
literally
9,
don't
10,
want us
11.
to feel
It's
the
terrible.
pleasure.
Yeah.
That's where we get it. So you just want us to have sex, which is probably painful because if you're
Right.
not having clitoral stimulation and someone's just sticking it in you, that shit
Hurts.
hurts.
Yeah.
So it's like these girls are just having painful sex.
That's terrible.
But yeah, girls should play with themselves and practice and learn because it should be enjoyable, because the more we're enjoying it, then we'll want to have it more.
Right.
Our partner will be satisfied and we'll have healthy relationships.
But isn't that for like everybody? I feel like everyone should just open up a sex education book, like open up a book, do your research, learn your body, practice, and talk to your partners especially.
Yeah.
So that you can find out what people are into, because it's like you might like to finger someone,
Right.
and then they can fucking hate being fingered, and then you're like, oh shit. But it's just things of that in the act that you need to start talking about, because you never want to be in a situation when you think you're having a good time and all of a sudden it just gets fucking weird and then
Or
you
like
get stuck.
with a
Right.
guy who might like to give head, but then like he doesn't give good head, so you don't want the head, and then he's like, "Oh, I want to do this," and then it's like, "Well, I'm not enjoying it, so I don't want you to do it." And just a tip for guys who are watching, like,
a tip.
yeah,
Just a tip.
flicking your tongue really fast and hard is not it. Like,
feel good.
I don't know.
I even know that.
Like, guys, I don't know, like, maybe you're not a good kisser, but just imagine you're kissing someone's mouth, but it's down there. You're not fucking hard when you're kissing someone on the mouth, so don't be hard on somewhere that's super sensitive.
But question, because you just said a valid point. If they're a bad kisser up here,
Right.
wouldn't that automatically, you would assume they'd be a bad
Maybe.
kisser down
I would
there?
think so.
Hopefully they're a bad kisser up here. They're not really down there.
Right, that's true.
Well, I mean, you
cannot-
might just have to do it.
Damn,
That's
Just,
not
that
the
first
one. If you're a
kiss
bad
wasn't for
kisser,
me. I
you're-
think I'm gonna.
but
Oh,
you
yeah,
might just have to do a
huge.
sympathy fuck. So, I mean.
Oh yeah.
All right, listen. That was a tricky situation. Okay, I was a tough time of my life. Okay, I'm not proud of it.
Everybody goes
What about
through
people
things.
who don't want to kiss? Because like
Ooh.
maybe you're not in a relationship and they just want to fuck and they feel like
Oh, that's the
I'm
worst.
only
No,
good.
that's
Those
so
are-
sad.
I can't-
That's
I
so
love
sad.
kissing.
Me too.
That's the best part about sex is the intimacy. So when people
Yeah.
do not want to be
I
intimate,
agree.
it just
Kissing.
makes it so awkward.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes it so fucking awkward.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel like cheap. It's
It
like
does.
Like,
and
like
you didn't
not
get
like-
paid. They didn't even leave the money on the nightstand. Like, really?
I don't like. Wait, but we didn't ask. Do guys fake orgasms and have you fake?
I've never faked one.
I've never faked one.
That is that.
I've heard that guys fake
But
that.
some guys, my friend, he. Well, yeah. Anyways, yeah, he's definitely like fake orgasms before.
Yeah.
What did he have an example? Like, what did he like? Did she like check? To
Well,
see if he
so
faked it,
honestly,
or-
it's a little bit more. He was like sexually assaulted when he was younger.
Oh,
And
okay.
so-
that's different.
That's different.
Yeah, and like he didn't even talk about it until recently because he was just. We had this conversation not too long ago, and he was like, because he would always tell me, he's like, yeah, I just pretended I was done, and then we were talking about it more. And he was like, yeah, I think it stems from this. So like, that's a whole other thing. But I mean, I know like some guys, it's just hard for them to come. Like,
Oh well, that can come from. I know, like if you have prostate cancer, it's hard for you to come. If you have like an STD, or if you drinking and smoking can cause impotence. Taking certain medications can prevent you from coming. So, but you don't have to actually bust to have an orgasm. So like,
Okay.
I don't know, like. I think people should study tantric sex as well, because
Okay.
that's like super helpful. Like it can teach a man how to have an orgasm without the nut, so you can keep going.
Or, but I thought like for you to be able to have longevity, you have to get the first nut out so that you can able to be.
No, that's
sensitive.
tantric sex teaches you something completely different.
Really?
It teaches you actually to hold it in more, like to not bust for more pleasure. So yeah, that's like something that
know
people
that.
can study.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. With tantric sex?
Tantric.
Tantric
It comes
sex.
from tantra, which
Okay.
is I think it's an Indian study.
isn't it like the Kama Sutra type
arms.
stuff?
It's like Kama Sutra,
Okay.
but like yeah, but it's more of the mind. You're teaching your mind something so that you can
Shit, I need to teach my
achieve
mind some
higher
shit.
pleasure.
It's true.
Teaching for me is a foreplay, like
Yeah.
like learning stuff.
What do you mean?
Like,
It's a foreplay, like
like
that
how
turns
you
me on.
learned how to
like,
get-
learning.
That you,
Oh, like
they're telling
helping-
you or
how do you
telling
learn how to eat
just
pussy?
learning, period. Like
Yeah.
I'm mental stimulation is like a turn on.
But I think that's a trait that you have to be willing to be able to share with your partner, because
Yeah.
if the partner's not ready to receive it, then it becomes a situation. Like if you're like, hey, do you want to do this? They're like, they can get offended.
Right.
So I think those are things you need to. I think honestly, moving
I think people
forward,
need to stop getting so fucking offended.
That part.
If it's gonna improve your sex life and your
True.
life, why the fuck
Yeah.
not try it?
Right.
and just start talking about everything before you go into stuff. Stop assuming that someone might be into something or that someone might not be into something, because you'd be missing out on the bust of your life.
The bust of your life.
The
Pay
bust of your life.
pay close attention to how your person's reacting, and
Yes.
and if you're the person who's getting pleased at that time, don't fake the pleasure, because they're gonna go based off of your
Sorry.
shudders and your
Sorry to all
moans
my
and your
past lovers.
Very true.
screams and your biting or
And
whatever.
you just make it a horrible pattern.
And they're gonna keep doing those things because they're like, oh well, she did this last time, so she must have liked it, so I'm gonna
Right.
do it again.
You
or-
right. You right.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm
So
working on
basically, we fake orgasms to preserve the ego and to make you feel good about yourself, but really we're just fucking ourselves in the end. So
Very true.
let's stop doing
Very
it.
true.
We
We
can
gotta
all
stop.
grow together.
Preach.
Yes.
Yes.
We love you.
I hope you come and heal.
All the time.
Yes.
We hope you go.
Touch all the parts.
And heal.
Bye, guys.